Hello friends, I'm Fench and this is my Model 3 Performance. Today we'll be testing the maximum range and efficiency as we'll try and beat the official WLTP range of 528 kilometers. In order to match the WLTP range, our consumption needs to be at 150 watt-hours per kilometre, which would be ridiculously low for a 500 horsepower car with extra wide 20-inch tyres. Will we be able to beat it? Or even match it? Well, let's see. We're going to head out on the autobahn, find a nice big lorry to drive behind, and see just how efficiently we can drive this beast. My guess is that we won't be able to get lower than around 160, but let's see what happens. As we joined the autobahn, our consumption was already at 158 watt-hours, and I've been driving as carefully as possible. However, we are driving slightly elevated on the first half of our trip, so the consumption might be a bit imprecise. When we turn around, the average should drop back down accordingly, giving us a more realistic figure. After a few kilometres, I managed to find a lorry to follow. We should hopefully gain a little bit of an edge from the blocked wind resistance. 20-some kilometres later, our consumption has dropped down to 136 watt-hours per kilometre. If we're able to keep this up, then we will have beaten the WLTP, but I don't want to celebrate too early, as we will later turn around and drive the same route back to remove any advantage we may have gotten from elevation change. Looking at the graph, we've been averaging 91 watt-hours, which is ridiculous. We must be heading slightly downhill, or completely straight and the lorry is blocking off some wind. Either way, I don't think we can expect that as a realistic average. How's it driving the Model 3 Performance? It's lovely. The steering wheel's beautiful. I really like the upgrade from the previous model. The touch buttons, well, they're up for discussion, I guess. I really don't mind them, and so far I've had no issues with the touch sensitivity or missing a stalk. What I really like though is the climate control and ventilated seats. This is my first time having a car with ventilated seats, and I can't see myself going back. It's just so great on warm summer days like today. So what else is there? Well, if you're like me and love listening to music, you're definitely going to enjoy the sound system in this. I specifically signed up for Tidal, as the compression rate for streaming apparently is better than Spotify. The two are otherwise almost identical, but I figured even if there's a tiny bit of difference, why not take advantage of it? Now, can I hear a difference? Honestly, probably not, but it's good enough for me knowing that I get the best possible quality. The price is the same anyways, and they pretty much have the same music selection. I played around a bit with the equaliser, as by default I found it a bit too bass heavy, especially at loud volume. I may play around a bit more, but for me this sounds pretty good now. I do prefer a more or less neutral soundstage though, whereas others may tend to prefer a bass heavy sound. We're closing in on our halfway point now, and I have to say I am quite a bit excited. I purposely haven't looked at the efficiency since last time, as I wanted to let it be a surprise. We'll make a quick stop here at a supercharger destination and have a closer look. Did we beat the WLTP estimate, and are we under 150? Well, not only did we beat it, but we're at a staggering 109 watt-hours per kilometre. I know we have been driving at around 90 the whole way, but still, let's not forget, this is a 500 horsepower car with big wide tyres. I really do believe that on a perfectly straight road, with no elevation, you can push this car down to around 100 watt-hours per kilometre. But it's unfortunately not something I am able to test here. Let's head back and see if we're able to keep these figures, or if they get a bit worse, or even a bit better. We have roughly another hour to go, so let's get back on it. Already on the early stages of going back, I can immediately see the energy go up. We had definitely been driving a bit downhill on the way over here. I'm not sure what to expect, how much of a difference it will make. We'll have to wait and see. Even the lorries are having a hard time getting up these hills. Some odd kilometres more and we finally made it back home. Well, close enough at least. I figured I'd stop here at the last rest stop before my exit, and then we'll do a brief summary. But first, let's have a look at our energy consumption. We started out at around 160 after the first few kilometres, then we were at around 140. At our halfway point we were at 109, and now After nearly 2 hours of driving, we're at 120 watt-hours. That is honestly really good. We smashed the WLTP, and 120 watt-hours effectively means you can drive 658 kilometers if you go all the way from 100 to 0% charge. In the real world, I don't think anybody's realistically going to do any long-range travelling at these speeds, but for me at least it was a fun experiment to see what the new Model 3 Performance is capable of. In upcoming videos I'm going to do the same route, testing some higher speed driving to see what kind of efficiency numbers we will get there. That's it for me, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see more videos like these, be sure to subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.